Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like up. Young and Restless is down not one, not two, but three baddies, what with Jordan and Cameron all being cleared out before February sweeps even begins. So there's a bit of letdown and a question of what it is we're supposed to be hyped for next. I do have one little tease, but you'll have to keep reading until the end. Fans have some issues with the show. Down the Newman Ranch, Ray Wise and Eric Braden are brilliant as Ian and Victor, but an entire episode of them baiting each other seemed excessive. When we finally got to the good part, it was dramatic, but played out predictably as Victor took down I himself after being shot. Quite a few pointed out that it was rather ridiculous that Adam and Nick stood there doing nothing. Moreover, viewers were irked by the nuance taking center stage with both Jordan and Ian, when it was Sharon, Daniel, and Mariah who were targeted and hurt by them. The twist in Nan's story, with him regaining consciousness in the ambulance, provides an opportunity for the showrunners to right that enormous wrong and give the fans some satisfaction. Sharon, Daniel, and Moria need to team up and swear off with Ward whenever he pops up again. I'd also like Daniel to know that it was Jordan who killed Heather. Loose ends. Daniel not knowing the truth adds to the feeling of let down from the anticlimactic way Jordan went out. Even calling Zink was disappointed in her character's sudden exit pair, that with Ian also being escorted off the canvas so quickly, and it's left some wondering why we didn't get to see them do half of the things the audience was hoping for, like framing Phyllis, which would have given us an amazing arc with her and Sharon, or Ian actually kidnapping Tessa and Ara, or even have done it also wrapping up his stint was baddie Cameron, who was hella entertaining despite the off-putting bloody shirt and disheveled appearance. Part fig of Sharon's imagination, part drug-fueled hallucination. Cameron Zingers were legendary, and Lyndon Ashby will be sorely missed. Intriguingly, after saying goodbye, Ashby teased a possible return as a whole new character, and we could love it more. Make it happen. I'm truly puzzled by the decision to stick Chelsea and Adam together in the Newman Ranch. Adam isn't making me feel that he genuinely wants Chelsea. There's no sign of Chelsea fighting a yearning for her ex. There's zero sexual tension in a situation that should be teeming with it. My heart broke for Daniel sitting on that park bench sobbing in Friday's episode, so CLA lied to Kyle about Jordan's death, not coming clean about her plan to kill her, and letting him think Jordan brought the poison. There may be hope for conflict, yet they're trying to sell us on a change in Billy. But this is the same old story about him trying to find his path that we've seen over and over. He's just putting a more cheerful face on it. Plus, this will be yet another business bot. Billy will start a media company and therefore will still be going after Adam and Victor. Absolutely nothing different to see here. The Young and Restless preview showed Nate on the verge of coming clean with his half-brother, but Damian is keeping secrets of his own. That's all I'm going to say. Besides, be sure to tune in. The night was unusually cold. From mid-autumn, the wind whispering through the empty streets. Damon pulled his jacket tighter around his frame as he waited at their usual meeting spot, the old bridge overlooking the river. The moon casts silvery light over the water, making it shimmer like liquid mercury. It was their place, the one where secrets were shared and plans were made. Damian checked his watch, shifting on his feet. Nate was never late. The unease that had been gnawing at him all day sharpened into something more pressing. His phone buzzed in his pocket. Pulling it out, he saw a single message from Nate. "Meet me at the docks, urgent." Damian's stomach twisted. The docks that wasn't like mate. The dock were for shady deals and whispered threats, not for the kind of conversations they usually had. But if Nate said it was urgent, then Damian would go. The docks were darker than Damon expected, the street lights dim, casting flickering shadows. He moved cautiously, his footsteps barely making a sound against the wooden planks. His breath misted in the cold air. A figure emerged from the shadows near a stack of shipping crates. Nate stepped forward, his face partially obscured by the hood of his sweatshirt. Damon exhaled in relief before catching the tense set of Nate's shoulders. "You shouldn't have come," Nate said, voice low. His hands were buried deep in his pockets, his weight shifting. Uncomfortably, Nate exhaled heavily, glancing over his shoulder, as if he expected someone. Damian frowned. Nate wasn't the kind to make mistakes. He was calculated, careful. If he was this rattled, it had to be bad. Nate looked around again before finally pulling something out of his pocket. It was small, barely catching the light, but as he held it up, Damian recognized it immediately. A flash drive. Nate hesitated before shoving the drive into Damian's hand. "I stole it from Sinclair." Damian's stomach dropped. Sinclair, the most powerful businessman in the city, at least that was his official title. Unofficially, a crime lord with a reputation for making people disappear if they crossed him. "Because I found out what he's been doing," Nate said, his voice shaking. "Money laundering, bribery, human trafficking. It's all in there if we get this to the right people." Damon grabbed Nate's arm, shaking his head. "Are you insane? Sinclair will kill you for this." A sudden noise made them both freeze. A sharp shuffle of boots against the pavement. They bolted just as the first gunshot cracked through the air. Damon ducked behind a crate, pulling Nate down with him. More footsteps, more voices. "You think you can steal from Sinclair and get away with it?" A deep voice echoed through the dockyard. Nate's breathing was ragged. Damon's mind raced. They were outnumbered, outgunned. He peeked around the crate and spotted 3 men moving towards them, armed and determined. They had 2 choices: run or fight, and fighting was not an option. Damian shook his head. "Don't be. We get out of this, and we finish what you started." They sprinted toward the nearest alley, dodging bullets. As they ran, a car screeched into the street ahead. A familiar face leaned out the window. "Mia." They didn't hesitate. Damian dove into the back seat, pulling Nate in behind him. The moment the door slammed shut, Mia floored the gas pedal. The men shouted behind them, but they were already disappearing into the city streets. Nick clutched the flash drive like it was his lifeline. "We need to go." "Dark," Mia said. "Sinclair will come for you, both of you." Damian nodded, his mind still spinning. "We take this to someone who can actually do something with it," and frowned. "We better move fast, because Sinclair, he doesn't let things slide." Dam looked at his best friend, then at the city lights flickering past the car window. This wasn't just some mistake they could fix. This was war.